Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Real Talk here on Shelbyville Now. I'm David Thomas. This is Bo Gill. We're here to just go over some things that are happening today. And Bo, I got a lot of stuff to run down through, but there's one main thing I want us to talk about today. But let's talk about the shutdown.
Yeah, the shutdown.
The government shutdown is entering its sixth day. And I saw a post not long ago, about an hour ago, that came out. It said the GOP is winning the shutdown.
Oh,
what does that mean?
Is this regular season? When are the playoffs? That's what I want to know. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement. What does it mean? I mean, this is not a game.
And, well, yeah, it is for them.
Well, for them it is. But you said it best earlier before the show. The American people are winning because they're not having to deal with.
Oh yeah, they don't have to no bureaucracy.
Yeah,
play.
Yeah. It's almost a true statement.
But for the GOP to come out and say they're winning, winning what?
No, they're winning the public argument, winning the. No one is. Yeah, I mean, it's a government shutdown. It's not affecting me right now. It is affecting some people, but not most.
It's not really affecting anybody unless you're going on a vacation and want to get into a park.
Yeah, I agree.
That's about it.
Because the workers are getting paid still. So I hear.
Oh, but they ain't done nothing. They don't do anything anyway. I mean, if we really don't know, I noticed you go onto the NOAA weather page, NOAA.gov, and it'll say. NOAA is now shut down, but guess what? I push a button and there's a weather forecast sitting there.
See, what does that mean? What even is a government shutdown? I've come to believe that a government shutdown is a way for the media to steer uninformed individuals to make it look like, it's some type of catastrophe because it sounds bad.
The lights are still on.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
The electricity still flows.
Yes.
People are still going in Walmart and buying their junk.
Nothing.
We're buying, we're eating, we're doing our thing.
Taxes are still due.
Yeah, and Social Security is not turned off.
No, it's not.
Honestly,
so it's a complete misconception of what's really going on.
Most all the junk that they do could be automated.
Yes, it
really
could be.
I mean, government jobs are 10 times what they should be.
Yeah, so there could be definitely a lot of things could run on their own with just minimum human oversight at the bottom.
I mean, a lot of this stuff that you have to pay and things have to be processed should be able to do it online.
Well, regardless,
click a button.
They're shut down right now, and so now you're hearing talks of this year or so year they did it for 35 days, and and this year they did it for 15 days. Who cares? I mean, it'll be back up, I'm sure, but what it is,
I'm wondering though, Bo. Every time I look up, they're talking about this every 6 months. Why don't they just get a budget and go by it?
Because this right here gives them fodder for argument. It gives them argument. It gives them headline. I'm telling you, the way if you were uninformed and you heard a headline from one of these liberal media outlets, you would think, oh my goodness, Trump shut it down. You would think, but then if you go do a little digging, well, no, he's actually acting a little. He's trying to act a little bit responsible.
I don't understand why there has to be a shutdown. Just stop spending. I mean, and that's both sides. Y'all are just like breaking the country. It's already broke. It's not coming back. We can't fight it back.
No,
we're bankrupt.
We might as well just keep on borrowing, right?
That's what they're going to do. They won't borrow. They'll just keep printing money.
Well, printing
and then selling the treasury.
And the dollar goes down every day.
Weakens. All right, National Guard pushback. That don't surprise me.
No, they're getting it bad in Chicago. I mean, right now the mayors came out this morning against it. They're obviously showing their hands when they come out against something like that.
Yep.
I mean, there was also an attack in Chicago on the ice where the police were told to stand down. And I've heard some Chicago police officers, saying, look, they would have had to sue me, but I would have gone, you don't stand down. There were people getting hurt, I believe. It was a big deal. But, for some reason, if a federal government comes in and wants to help, and they've got reason. And they're not just coming in and just randomly. They've got reason.
The whole country is falling apart in the big cities that are mainly all liberal. They have no law and order.
Yes.
Okay, and that's your society started.
That's what they want. They want
that.
They want this. That's why they're questioning why they're coming in here. They don't want the help. We got it ourselves. Oh, you're. Whenever the feds come in, it means that you don't think we're doing our job. Well, you're not, and we're going to help.
And it's
you
that
know,
way everywhere.
It's all over the place. It's not.
Did you see where up in Shelbyville they had to shut down a car show because the crowd got so out of control?
Well, it doesn't surprise me because that place just is always out of control. But no, that's what you have to do. You have to take appropriate steps to keep people safe. You have an oath to your state, to your country, whenever you have a badge or whenever you have these responsibilities to maintain safety and order. I mean, it's pretty much simple. And to be in Chicago, to be stood down on an order where people were getting hurt, that's
so
just.
Let me ask you this, Bo. All this kind of garbage that's going on, do you think it's just society changing, or do you think that it's government's fault?
I don't think it's government's fault. I believe it's society change. I believe society has changed and gone away from the family values, from the core family. I believe that a lot of our moral characteristics have been skewed off. I mean, things that weren't so accepted just a few years ago are accepted now. I believe that there's just been a breakdown in certain communities. I believe that that the housing, what they tried to do with putting the housing, years ago when they did the urban development, that right there put the criminals all together in one. It's a one stop for, if they could somehow, diversify that. I mean, look, there's problems. We're in an evil world, but there's no question in my mind that we are in a scary time right now. I mean, there is not just well-known assassins and things going on. I mean, in Chicago this weekend, I mean, there was like 50 something people dead. In Memphis, the same thing. These are just wars, Yeah. They're wars and they're killing each other. And it seems like it'll never stop. But it's a failure of the American family. I believe that
there's a lot of things, a lot of blame to go.
There's a lot of blame. I mean,
right.
I could talk all day about the blame.
All right. We got a super moon tonight. And
super moon.
That means that it's big.
Does that mean a red? Is it red? Is it one of those blood moons?
No. All right. Another thing, if people have noticed, and I've noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed, the price of beef and most meats are going through the roof.
Yes, they are. They are.
And there's a problem with that. There's just no way to handle the demand that's taking place in the United States because diet trends have shifted. We're going through a phase now where everybody's on the protein.
That's the trend nowadays. And steak and beef is just outrageous. Even chicken that used to be more affordable, it's climbing up. I mean, everything is. I mean, we've talked about this with tariffs and coffee and everything, but the meat and the beef is outrageous. Steaks used to be affordable. They're not anymore.
We're getting a lot of that from Mexico and Brazil. We're importing it.
Yes.
And there's a 50% tariff coming in. We're paying. So that's jacking the price up.
Yep.
One good thing is there is a sign that the sugar and dairy products are decreasing slightly because the demand is not there.
Well, when the demand's not there, that's a market working, right?
Yep. All right. So there's a shift toward health taking place.
There is, and there's always trends, but I agree with that trend. But I mean, when I see it, because I think a lot of when you see a lot of the marketing now, it's going toward consumers that are, protein or health oriented.
Well, think about this. 5 years ago, the word carnivore diet was not in our vocabulary.
No,
it wasn't. In the last 3 years, that's coming up everywhere. Carnivore diet.
You heard
meat only.
That's right. He was vegetarian. That's all you heard. And then you would see a lot of McDonald's commercials. You don't see as many fast food commercials as you used to. I don't know. Maybe you do on certain, but it just my general looking around. I don't think they put as much of that, but people still eat it. Regardless. But it's not as cheap as it used to be. We've gone over that before.
Yeah. All right. What I want us to talk about today hits local. And of course, Josh just put a new post, a new filing from the Uncle Nearest Green case, Farm Credit versus Nearest Green. There's been some more creditors stick their head up, hold their hand up, and say we want to get paid as well.
Yes,
this is going to be an ongoing thing.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if every couple weeks or every week there'd be another.
There's probably somebody calling every day say, "Hey, I won't get paid."
A lot of claims. There was one last week. Now already Monday this week, and there's another one. The saga continues.
Yeah. All right, but what I really want to talk about, and the conversation started Saturday on our weekend wrap-up show. We were talking about the city looking for property to build a complex for fire, police, and city hall together. and the piece of property that was first on tab was up next to the library. That didn't work out the way things shaped up in that situation. Lots of different things didn't work out. Now the property of the Musgrave Park over off of Lane Parkway behind Calvary Baptist Church and the old Musgrave area. That park has been in existence for as long as I've been alive. There's been ball being played there, softball being played there by girls. And I think even back years ago, boys played there. But it was a spot for our youth to, play their softball leagues.
Yes, and very popular, always packed.
This property now is being talked about being purchased by the city and down the road use it for this complex that we're talking about. And there's been a lot of people push back and say that doesn't need to happen. That's a historic place. I get it. Yeah. It's nostalgia. I mean, it's always been a ball field.
It has. But in the last, I'd say 10 years, let's say before the people that are rehabbing it right now, it has been in a state of disrepair. Whenever the Shelbyville Park, the HV Griffin Park took over and started the girls softball there, they started playing on those fields. That league just kind of dwindled away, and it had been in there had been really no regular leagues going, maybe some fall leagues here and there, but it wasn't the way that I remembered as a kid. Now they do have tournaments still. They still have tournaments, and they're still packed. Some Saturdays you'll see them out there.
Well, but they have league there now, don't they?
I think they are. They did. Yeah, now they do. Now they do. But in the last, let's say before this year, in probably 10 years back, it's been just ran down. But they finally got some people that are local that have wanted to put some money in it and see it like they remember it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what has happened is the city of Shelbyville is in dire need of, we know, a police department for sure, and they're looking to relocate the fire department too. I mean, I'd say that you probably need more of that. Those are old buildings there. Some of the offices in there are a little bit outdated, but the police department is definitely busting out the seam. So at the same time, we've got these two issues happening. But they have apparently the city, when they tried to get the place off of the square next to the library, there were some issues that came up where it wasn't going to work. It was a small area there. Now, this Musgrave Park was in talks several years ago about doing this, back when the park was in its kind of non-productive days. But now we've got this husband and wife, or we'll call it a collective of people that have improved this park. And I see that they're kind of pushing back against this because they want this to be and I get that. They want this to be the park that they grew up with, that you remember seeing, that I didn't play there, but I remember seeing. My daughter has played there now, but it's, it's close to Dairy Queen. You walk right over the Dairy Queen, good times for everybody. But it comes in there. Then there comes in this. It's not a fun conversation to have, because you do know you need a city police department. You do know you need a larger, better facilities for the fire department. And then we've got this. It's about 4 or 5 acre tract, I believe, right there where that is, right here in the middle of town, and that's rare.
Let's just throw this out there too while we're talking about this.
Okay.
Right now, the surplus of our city is dwindling. Our surplus funds. And we're talking like it could be 5 years down the road. So how are we going to pay for this? Okay. Also, you look at what the county's done. We've got debt services funds that's built up, and we're paying for debt out of that. But with all the stuff that's coming, I mean, both the city and the county are going to be spending a fortune on building new buildings.
Yes.
All right. So you look at you build a complex for City Hall, and you have the best of everything. Okay, you're talking millions of dollars.
Millions, yes.
Probably millions of dollars to get the property. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
All right, it's like a 5-year plan down the road, so the park would stay there. But down the road, my question is, how are we going to pay for all this stuff?
Yeah, no, that's the main question. Without tax raises, I'm not really sure. I know Councilman Blevins could speak more on the health.
Okay, here's the question. J. Kevin McAnally. City does not own the land. Why is this land even part of the discussion? The discussion is they're going to buy the land.
They're in the discussion with the current owners to buy the land. And it's not an eminent domain deal. It's a fair market value purchase. Is just what this would be.
The owners have agreed.
Yes.
In principle, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll consider selling.
Yes, they have. And this is, like I said, these talks have happened before. They couldn't agree to terms so many years ago, and they moved on. Now they had their sight set on a place next to the square. It didn't work out. So now they've got resumed talks.
All right, here's another question. I've also heard that there's the possibility that we might need a fire station on the north side of town, one on the west side of town.
Yeah.
If we keep pouring population in here, we're going to have it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So if we did that and then build a new fire hall, are we talking about possibly getting police precincts as well with a major city hall? And I mean, we're talking about revamping our whole system here.
Well, yes.
We're talking about millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Not just $1 million or $2 million.
No.
I'm talking 20, 30, 40 million dollars.
Well, and then so when you ask, okay, you want to relocate, what are you going to do with your existing buildings where everything is? And you hear people say, well, it is built on top of the flume there, which it is, and they had a collapse kind of close to the parking lot before.
Well, that's self-imposed tragedy.
It is.
What we did there is not take care of it, and you want to try to blame something wrong with the property because we ain't taking care of the flume.
That's part of the discussion, and that's what they're saying. But I would agree, and this was brought up earlier. The fire department could actually use all of that property, and then the police department could have like one main area and then precincts. I'm not sure how you work it out. I wouldn't want to totally level those buildings and have it as a green space. I don't think that we've got that much green traffic going on.
Hey, if we got a building that's dry and the roof can be fixed, we need to be keeping it, not building.
We do, but
use it for something.
Regardless, the Shelbyville, the city of Shelbyville Police Department, they're busting out of that police department. They are in dire need.
Yeah.
They need holding cells. They do have holding cells in there.
But it's their office now.
It's their offices now, but they need that because think of how far the jail is now. I mean, they have to drive. They could use that.
Here's J. Kevin McNally. Impact fees would be a great way to gain the money. Thank you. And it's going to be a whole lot of impact fee. We're talking, I bet when you look at buying property and 5 years down the road, whenever it gets time to build, I bet we're talking a $40 or $50 million facility.
Well,
or more.
I mean, if they're going to combine them both, but I mean, at least if they're going to do that and a precinct and somewhere else, you've got property, you've got to acquire property.
Yeah. Then, I mean, if you're starting to build fire halls around 10, you got to build those properties that are self-contained.
Yes.
I get, I understand it. Let me back up and say this. I've said all along that our government should do 4 things.
Yep.
One of them is put out fires and arrest criminals.
That's
mean, that's 2 of them.
That's right.
Okay? They go hand in hand. I get it.
They do. But then the question
is it going to cost us now so much to do that we can't even afford it?
Well, then the question arises is how much do they need the building? You know, and as we talked earlier, they use the offices. They have to write reports. They have the call dispatcher there. There's a lot going on inside of any precinct. I would say.
Hey, Connie, here's what's happening. You say the city likes to expand. Yes, that's true. And here's why it likes to expand. We get all these people in here, and we stack them up real tall in these things called apartments, townhomes, all this, because the thought is the more roofs we have, the more tax money we're going to get.
Yeah.
And the more tax money we're going to get, it's going to be more money we can spend. All right. And if we get more rooftops in here, all these big shopping centers are going to come in here and make everybody happy. It ain't happening.
No, it's not.
It's not going to happen because I'm just going to be flat. I talked to somebody that's been in politics their whole life and paid attention to government. And we were having this same conversation about how we're going to afford down the road. And he just looked up and he said, we're just a poor county.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the reason we're not getting these places because we're a poor county.
That's what we are. I mean, just look at the numbers, really. If you look at it all, I mean, there's people that are doing good here, but as an overall, we're just a poor county. But I believe that we could be a mediocre rich company if we could do the right thing and have the right infrastructure.
Mediocre rich, we're going to have, that means a lot of people are going to have to leave.
Well,
all right. So I'm just telling
there are people coming and leaving every day.
All right. Yes.
And this might, and it could price them out, but then it's not a country.
Is that what you want to do? Price people out?
I don't know. See, I don't know.
Does that mean if you can't afford to live here, you're going to have to move somewhere else?
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. Then we wouldn't be a country town because you'd be too expensive. Country towns are cheap, right?
See, this is the catch.
That's the catch. I mean, it's a good discussion.
Connie, this is the city. It will never happen. Okay. Now, what will never happen? The city hall. I don't think we can afford it. Okay, first of all, if we do try to afford it, we'll bankrupt. We're going to have to get impact fees.
Yes, there has to be something.
Tax rates are going to go through the roof
because I know that
sales tax is going to have to increase.
There will be a lot of tax increases, and you'll be paying for your police. You know, that's what they're used for. But now they're already high, and then the argument is, oh no, we're going to go up more. Well,
I don't know how much it is, but trash pickup, we're paying for trash pickup now.
Oh yeah, and your trash can.
And I just wonder if we would be able to pay. Let's do away with that. We'll just pay private. You gotta get a private pickup. Okay, that takes some load off the public works, some of the money. But is it that big a deal?
No,
right now we're paying for it.
We're paying for it, but I believe, and I know, because I mean I've experienced from when we didn't have trash cans to when we do. I know we would be there would be more trash in Shelbyville. I believe that it's helped. Probably, I don't know, it'd be enough to change to notice a difference. I remember the days of the old trash cans. People didn't put it right; they fall over. Oh yeah, it goes everywhere. Yeah. I mean, nowadays these are not. But I would, I think that it is something we don't need. I mean,
Connie saying this, people will be paying tons for taxes. You're 100% right.
They will be.
And here's the situation. All right, Connie, and I know you probably remember this. When I was a senior in high school, it was 1980. We had about 12,000 people in the city. And Josh gave me the statistics. I think we're at around 25,000. We have doubled since 1980. Okay. We're going to, and I bet you, and I made this statement Saturday, I bet you if you really counted the people that were in this city right now, it's going to be 35,000, 32,000 of actual people that are living here that aren't counted.
Yes.
That are couch surfers. Isn't that what they call it?
That's what they call it.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
That are not counted on the census. I guarantee you it's a whole lot more than what we've ever imagined.
No, I think you're right.
And you got that load on our police department. We've got a bigger load on our police department than the county has on its sheriff's department.
Oh yes, no doubt about it.
Population wise.
Oh yes, I mean
because all the stuff that happens in the city.
Just listen to the police scanner.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's all the time.
Right?
I mean,
so you got, and the income in the city is about $7,000 a year in median income less than it is in the county.
Mm-hmm.
So you got people paying less taxes in the city than you do in the county.
Yes.
And less commerce in the city. Now, people from the county come and spend money.
They come
spend
money.
But the property taxes they're paying out in the county don't come into the city.
No, they don't.
Okay. So you got limited funds for this city to operate on. And there's no magic wand that's going to fix it.
And there's an extra 7,000 out there that we're just bearing, and all we're getting from them is a little bit of sales tax. I mean, that is where we are. And
okay, Kevin, here's I've always thought this, Kevin. The number of houses that have been built within the city limits should have increased the number of property taxes being collected, and in turn, there should be no need for higher taxes. You're 100% correct. The problem is if we have the same tax rate and we have an increase, there's an increased need for service. Okay, that's my number of 12,000 from 1980 now to, I'm gonna say 30,000.
Right, the service
today,
needs.
It's almost tripled in reality because we've had something happen since 1980, and it's called immigration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, but that number of services, that the cost of the services is probably gone up 4 times.
Oh yes.
Okay. And our property taxes have gone up maybe 2.5 times.
That's right. And the responsibility and the citizens that they have to serve.
Trust me, I'm not arguing for a higher property tax. That's the last thing I want. And that's the last thing anybody around here can afford. But we have got to live within our means.
We do.
That's what we got to do.
And then that's what happens with our city services like police and fire. Whenever we get more rooftops and more people in here, they are the ones that need to grow, and that costs money. Right. So then here we are.
All right. So we don't bribe businesses to come to town. That's what we shouldn't do. We shouldn't be giving tax credits, for property tax credits for these businesses that come in here and they say they're going to bring employees, but they don't. We're giving all these tax breaks, and every small business in this town is paying their property taxes. You get somebody from outside of town come in and wave a big flag saying we're going to hire a bunch of people, and then they get a tax break. And the people that's been here their whole lives are paying out their yin-yang.
It'll make you sick, won't it? It'll make you sick, but that's reality, and that's what's going on right now.
We bribed a food chain to come in here.
Yes.
We bribed them $300,000. Okay,
Yep.
that's what it was.
Yep.
They wasn't coming.
That was
we bribed them.
That was their premium, and their argument is if we come, then other business will come. Well, now we got a Starbucks, and people say, well, that's because of that. Well, we'll see. I don't know.
No, we got a Starbucks because we're addicted to caffeine.
There has to be something.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but
we could go on and on and on about this, but back to the park.
Yes, to the park.
I made the statement and I made the case for why it's important.
Yes.
It's part of nostalgia. It's part of our history. It's part of the landscape of Shelbyville that there's softball fields there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me talking from somebody that's gone up here and has seen it.
Yes.
There's some people that come in town, they could care less.
Yeah.
They just see some lights over there and don't know what's going on. Okay. So if these people that own the property want to sell the property and the city says we're going to buy it, I hope that our representatives check with their constituents and see if this is okay.
Yes, I do too, because
is this what y'all want?
And there is a public conversation going on this online, and I hope that they're all reading that and seeing that, and maybe they need to have talks about it, or just invite the public.
I'm ready to put a poll up there.
It's about time for a poll, but on the other hand, there is other parks in the city. There's never a park, but again, it's run by the Park and Recreation. This is a special deal because these people can put their money in it, and it's really not the city's ownership, but that's what made it go down as well.
It's between whoever owns it and whoever wants to buy it.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right. And
now the owners should say, "I'd like to see this stay a park." It's up to them.
Yeah, but they also want, if they want to make money, then I guarantee you the people want it as a park. They're not going to be able to give that high price, or a higher price. It is a tough one right there because, I've got some sentimental. I have the feeling, the sentimental feeling of that park being there, but I also know the needs of our police department, and it doesn't need to be some fancy state of the art police department or fire department, but it needs to be bigger than what we've got. We need room. We don't need fanciness. We need room. I mean, we need it to be nice, but I mean, you're right. Millions and millions of dollars. That's just hard to swallow too.
I know. And then Kevin McNally comes. How many more rooftops were built for the extra 20,000 population increase over those 45? Most of them has been high density.
They have been high density.
They've been high density. And with that comes a cut rate in your property taxes because you've got smaller square footage per unit.
Yes.
People are living more compact.
Yes. And that's
the trend.
Yes. And the rental market here is just out of this world. I mean, that's what a lot of those are renters, and they'll be renting into our existing
and that's
things.
where our growth is going to be.
That's where it is.
In the city.
Yes.
It's going to be renters.
Yes. And that's what we bring. That'll be
in the county. You're going to be people buying residents.
Yes.
Maybe some townhomes out there.
Yes.
They're trying to get rammed through.
Yes.
Okay. And those people are driving to Franklin and Murfreesboro and Coffee County, other counties. The average, if you look it up, our average commute time is 24 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
It is. That's what the stats tell us. So that tells everybody's going out of town to work, and they're coming back here, but they're also going out of town to spend money.
That's exactly right.
Walmart is catching the ones that don't.
Yeah, they are, but that's all we got.
Local businesses are drying up.
Yeah, but that's really all we got. I mean, we've got some local businesses, but for everything, for some reason we got to go to this trendy place or this place. It's a different buyer mindset nowadays as well.
I've got a little article I wrote, Bo, about shopping local and supporting local businesses. There's a few businesses around town that have survived over the years.
Yes,
they're still here.
Yes,
but they're not going to be here if everybody keeps driving out of town. And you might pay more for it here, but you're talking about the people that sponsor these teams that play at these fields.
That's right.
They're the ones paying. Okay?
I think it's worth the investment. I mean, and also it's right there. It's less tire wear, less gas money. It's right here, right? I mean, it's less wear and tear on your car.
We need a homeless shelter, but hear me out. You got to pass drug tests to get in. Okay. All right. These drug addicts, meth heads, are totally taking over Shelbyville. That's why we are at Fort County. It's ridiculous. I know. Sorry, subject change. No, it's
true, and we've talked about this.
Part of it.
It's part of it. I mean, that's part of what I said, the degradation of the core family. And a lot of that has to do with substance and addictive disorders and drugs and all that. I mean, it is a problem here, and those who say that there's not a drug problem here, they're wrong. and the deputies will tell you, and the police officers will tell you that there is one here, but they're out there fighting it. But it's a problem in every single city and county that we have to fight all the time. And you know, hats off to them. But there
are no processes. Back in the 90s, you started to see mental institutions start to vanish away.
Yeah.
There's no help for these people out there, and that's why they end up on the street.
Yeah.
And I saw a post by a gentleman from Bradley County, actually a judge. He was making that case. He said, I do everything I can to help these. And he was talking about a 27-year-old man that had just passed away. They found in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
He died. He had mental problems and drug problems and all types of things, and they could not get him help. No. His best help was having him in jail.
Well, those mental health facilities got such a bad rap, right? Or was it more of a political thing when they shut those down because they don't exist anymore? And I think that it was a good thing for people that got out of jail to have another step. But some people don't want that help. I mean, you could put it in front of them.
It's court ordered.
Yeah.
Though.
If it's court ordered, you got to go.
Going on. I mean, I remember growing up as a child, it was Central State in Nashville. That's what it was called. And, you were evaluated, and if you were seen to have mental issues tied with criminal acts, that's where you ended up going for a process. You went through a process. That don't exist anymore.
No, and we still got a homeless problem here. I mean, I see them today going down Cannon Boulevard. I know just through there. I don't see many living around the river.
We've had guys walking around with machetes.
Yeah, we have, and it's obvious that they have some type of mental problem, and I don't know the answer to helping them. Besides, you could stop and talk to them, but I mean, they need. Some of them would take the help. There's that one, Travis, that in town was homeless, and now he's like a changed person because he needed help.
Yep,
he needed help. He was receptive to help, though, and that's the thing. They have to be receptive to help.
Yeah. Well, we could go on that rabbit hole, but back to the Musgrave Park. This is a topic that's coming up.
Yes,
and it's going to end up being between the property owner and the city of Shelbyville.
Yes.
So the question really gets down to, can the city of Shelbyville afford what we want?
Yeah, that's what it would be.
And what I want, I don't know.
Yeah,
they're the ones that know what we really need.
They do. And
the police department, the fire department, they know what we need. And those are our priorities.
They do.
Okay. As far as City Hall goes, I mean, I'm sure they could adapt to whatever needs to be done because they take care of paperwork and filings and all that type of stuff. The administrative side of your police, fire,
a lot of
public
that
works. What takes care of our employees.
Yes, that's right.
Of our city employees. So I don't know how we're going to afford it. I don't know how any county or city is going to afford what it's going to cost to operate in days ahead. That's a big problem we got.
It is.
And if you end up taxing your people into poverty, you have nothing.
That's right.
And that's where we're headed.
That's right. And we've had some good comments today. And if you do have some comments, you've got a city councilman. You've also got a county commissioner, but we're talking city today. So talk to your city councilman. Tell them what you think about it. Remember, they work for you. Tell them your opinion on it. They can't just take one opinion, but they take a lot of them. And I would say most of them would listen to you anyway. You would hope so. But if they don't, make them listen to you and tell them exactly what you think about this issue. And a lot of them, this can be done on a daily basis.
But remember this, what are the priorities? Do we want peace? Do we want safety?
Yes,
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
That's right. That's right.
How do we get that affordably?
Yes.
And is this the right move for our city?
Right.
That's the question.
Right. And it's a tough subject. And I would like to say one thing about the park that's going on now at Musgrave Park. The people that have put the time and effort into rehabbing that park, hats off to them because they've done a wonderful job.
Here's Connie. They want a diamond on a 10-cup budget. Maybe we just need to settle for a 10-cup. How about that?
We can do that. I mean, I'm sure Chief Phillips wouldn't want that, but
if a 10-cup is what we might end up. We got a rusty beer can right now. All right. We'll
end on that. Yeah.
All right. Y'all have a great evening.
See y'all.
For your interaction.
Yeah.
We enjoy talking to you.
Definitely.
Guys. We'll see you again later on Thursday.
Yep. Thursday.